A very good morning and a warm, peaceful welcome to you, dear students, to your history class. Today we'll be studying chapter 3, Religious Synthesis. As you can see on your screen here, there are many saints like Ramanuja, Sant Kabir, Sant Bashveshwar, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh, Surdas, and Sant Mirabai. Also, you can see there is an idol of Harihar and Lord Krishna. We will be studying about them all and others who spoke and brought people to God. Okay, so we shall go in. Now let us have a devotional mind for this. Match the religions to their prophets. This is an activity for you. Here you can see two circular charts here and here. This is the religion chart and this is the prophet chart. What you have to do is you have to match the religion to the prophet. For example, Christianity and Jesus. So like this you have to match the religion to its prophet. Also write down a few lines on any two religions of your choice. Okay, now we shall go ahead. You can do this in your Google Classroom. Now we shall start with our lesson. Please watch the video explanation very closely. Here you will learn about Bhakti movement, Maha Anubhav Panth. Alright, so let us begin.
Hello students, hope you all are safe with your family. Children, last year in history, you all have studied the chapter Religious Trends in Ancient India. So here I am with a new chapter of history, chapter number 3, Religious Synthesis in Medieval India. Now, what do you mean by synthesis? Synthesis means combining or blending. So, let us proceed with the chapter. Students, Indian society consists of people following different religions, speaking different languages, and considering this feature, the Indian Constitution has adopted the principle of secularism. In medieval India, attempts like Bhakti movement, Sikhism, and the Sufi sect brought about religious synthesis. The Bhakti movement used the common people's language instead of Sanskrit. Let us start with the Bhakti movement. The Bhakti movement of the Nainar and the Alwar originated in South India. The Nainars worshipped Lord Shiva, whereas the Alwars worshipped Lord Vishnu. People from all sections of society took part in these movements. These movements taught values such as love for God, humanity, compassion, mercy towards all living beings. Children, Ramanuj and other acharyas strengthened the foundation of the Bhakti movement in South India. They taught people that God is for all and God does not differentiate between different groups and types of people. His teachings had a great influence in North India. Next we have is Sant Ramananda. He spread the Bhakti movement in North India. Sant Kabir was the follower of son Ramananda. According to him, places of pilgrimage, vratas, and ideal worship do not have any importance. For him, truth was God. He preached that Ram and Rahim are not different. He believed in equality of all human beings. He was not convinced with the differences based on caste, sect, creed, and religion. He worked for Hindu-Muslim unity in medieval India. Children, next we have in Bengal, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He stressed the importance of Krishna Bhakti. He visited different parts of India and taught people recite God's name with devotion and faith. That is Harinam Sankirtana. Cutting across the boundaries of caste and creed, his teaching attracted many people to the Bhakti movement. Under the guidance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shankaradeva spread the Bhakti movement in Assam. Next we have is Narsi Mehta. Narsi Mehta was a celebrated Vaishnava Sant in Gujarat. He was a compassionate and enthusiastic devotee of Krishna and spread the message of equality. He has composed many devotional songs and acknowledged as the first poet of Gujarati language. Sant Mirabai. Sant Mirabai spread the importance of devotion to Krishna. She was from the royal family of Mewar. Children, she gave up all the comforts of royal family and completely dedicated herself to the devotion of Krishna. She wrote devotional verses in Rajasthani and Gujarati. Her songs contain the values of devotion, tolerance, and humanity. Her compositions are admired even today by many people. Next we have is Surdasa. Children, he was a great poet of Hindi literature. He composed the political work Sur Sagar. Ramcharitra-Manas of Sant Tulsidas is a wonderful composition expressing devotion to Ram. In Karnataka, Basaveshwar spread the Lingayat stream of thought. Children, he was against caste system. He emphasized on dignity of labor. He persuaded women to participate in this movement. He preached in the language of the people, that is Kannada. He spread the message of simple living, clean and pure behavior. His writing had immense influence on society. Purandar Dasa was another great sant of Karnataka. Children, he composed many devotional songs in Kannada which are even popular today. Students, at the last, let us proceed towards Mahanubhav Panth. Mahanubhav Panth was founded by Chakradhar Swami in the 13th century in Maharashtra. This sect preaches devotion to Krishna. Shri Govinda Prabhu was the guru of Chakradhar Swami. The followers of Chakradhar included men and women belonging to all castes and creed. He supported equality and travelled to all parts of Maharashtra, preaching in Marathi instead of Sanskrit. This sect mainly spread in Vidarbha and Marathwada regions of Maharashtra. This sect had preached up to faraway regions like the Punjab and Afghanistan. Students, I hope you all have understood the topic very well. Please read page number 11, the introduction plus the Bhakti movement, and page number 12, Mahanubhav Panth, as I have explained these parts in the video. Students, while reading, underline the name of the sons along with the work done by them, so that it will help you all to revise the topic once again. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
So children, you have seen the very nice video of the first part. Students, now we will go into the details of this first part. There are many languages and religions in India. As you can see in this pie chart, Hindi, Bengali, Telugu, Marathi, Tamil, Urdu, Gujarati, Kannada, Malayalam, Oriya, Punjabi, Assamese and others. The Hindi language occupies most of the chart as it is the most prevalent language in India, about 38%. When we talk about religions, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism and Judaism, out of which 82% of the population are following the Hinduism. But the Bhakti movement, Sikhism and Sufi sect have an important place in history. The Bhakti Marg showed the path of devotion. It did not give importance to hierarchies. Now what are hierarchies? Hierarchies means caste differentiation. Like you can see in this triangle, this is called the Indian caste hierarchy pyramid, where you can see at the top of the pyramid we have the Brahmins, which are the priests. They were the top of the chain. Below them were the Kshatriyas. Who are the Kshatriyas? Kshatriyas are the warriors or the kings. Then below them, they control the merchants and landowners, also known as the Vaishyas. And below the Vaishyas, control the Sudras. Who were the Sudras? Sudras were the common people. They were the peasants, farmers, and the servants. And below them, right at the down of the triangle, we have the untouchable, outcasts, out of caste. They were the street sweepers, latrine cleaners. These people, untouchables, were not allowed in the village. Whenever they wanted to come into the village, they were supposed to ring a bell. Then only people used to hear the bell and then move away. These people are called untouchables. Nobody used to come near them. So what is Sufi sect and Bhakti movement wanted to do is to break the chain. This full pyramid they wanted to break and make everybody equal. So let us see how. Now Bhakti movement originated in South India. This all started in South India. There were two Bhakti movements. One was Nayanar Bhakti movement, which is followed by Nayanas. Nayanas are devotees of Shiva. Second one is Allavar Bhakti movement. Allavas were the devotees of Vishnu. Now you can see here, this is called the Harihar idol. Harihar idol shows half Vishnu and half Shiva. These were made. As you can see, you know that there are two types of Bhakti movement. Shiva, those people are following Shiva, and these people are following the Vishnu. So the left part, which is the blue part, as you can see in the photo, this is Vishnu. This part of the idol is Vishnu, and this part, the white part, is Shiva. That's why it was called a Harihar. The sons preached values of love of God, humanity, compassion, mercy. Sons like Ramanuja, here the picture of Ramanuja, and other acharyas. Now, who are acharyas? Acharyas is a teacher or guru who has learned the Vedas, who has learned the Vedas in South and North India, both the places. Now, what were the teachings of Ramanuja? He said, God is for all. God does not discriminate. Again, I repeat, God is for all. God does not discriminate. And let's go ahead to the next Bhakti movement and see the other saints. Let us continue with Bhakti movement. Here you can see this is picture of Sant Kabir. You all are aware and have seen and have read about Sant Kabir, isn't it? Kabir ke dohe. Teachings by Sant Kabir were, truth was God. He said truth was God. All human beings are equal. Here you can read one of his dohe. पंडित वाद बड़े सो झूठा, राम कहे जगत गति पावे, खांड कहे मुख मीठा। अर्थात जैसे मीठा मीठा कहने से मुंह मीठा नहीं हो जाता, वैसे ही राम राम जपने से भगवान नहीं मिलते। Isn't it true, children? Next we see is in Bengal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke of the importance of Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti means devotion to Lord Krishna. Shankara Deva spread the Bhakti movement in Assam. There were other devotees of Krishna were Narsi Mehta. He was a Vaishnavi saint in Gujarat. The second one is Sant Mirabai. As you have seen in the previous video, she was a well-known person, come from a very big family, and she left everything because she wanted to follow the path of devotion and to pray to Lord Krishna. She composed devotional music verses in Rajasthani and Gujarati languages. Now, the last part of the Bhakti movement, there were poetic works of saints. One of them was Surdasa. Surdasa, he wrote or composed Sursagar. And secondly was Tulsidas. He composed Ramcharita Mansa. These are one of the famous poetic works of Tulsidas and Surdas. Now we come to Karnataka. In Karnataka, Sant Basveshwar is well known. He spread the Lingayat system. He preached work is worship. That means you should do lots of work and you should believe that work is important in your life. He spoke in Kannada language through the medium of Vachana literature. The other sons were Pam and Purandar Dasa. Now we completed the Bhakti movement. Now we come to Maha Anubhav Pant. Chakradhar Swami founded the Maha Anubhav Pant in Maharashtra. Here is a picture of Chakradhar Swami. This sect preaches devotion to Krishna. There were many works. They were composed in Marathi and his work spread in Vidarbha, which is in Riddhipur, and Marathwada regions of Maharashtra. Also in Punjab and Afghanistan, his work spread. This is the Maha Anubhav Pant. So hope children you have understood till here. Now it's question time. Here's the quizzes. You'll have to go to joinmyquiz.com, enter the game code in the link in the description, and in the Google Classroom you will get the code. So join that and then do the quiz. I hope you have understood till here. Thank you.